Everybody loves a good controversy, right? No matter whether it's on a TV show, on YouTube, or even over social media, there will always be something that sparks a big controversy that gets people talking. This definitely holds true to the new Hulu reboot of the Animaniacs. You would think a show called The Animaniacs would not be in a load of controversy, however, you couldn't be more horribly wrong. Ranging from very small jokes to probably almost ruining the childhoods of anyone who decided to call a fictional phone line, this reboot, like its predecessor, has had its fair share of controversies. In today's episode of Animanifacts, we will be going over the various controversies this reboot has endured. Let's begin the controversies with probably the most tame one out of them all. It's common practice that whenever a network reboots an old TV show, they usually never bring back the old creators and instead hire new talent. Probably the biggest offender of this case was when the Powerpuff Girls got rebooted back in 2016. Don't remember this? You probably didn't even know this thing existed. However, some reboots actually get back the old creators and create a great experience for old and new fans alike, such as when they rebooted Invader Zim for that movie and Samurai Jack for its next season. Animaniacs 2020, however, didn't decide to do this. Instead of hiring back the creator and the writers from the original series, Animaniacs 2020 brought on board several new writers and showrunners to helm the season. While they did manage to get back the show's old composer, Randy Rogel, and snuck him in the series for a nice little joke, the majority of the people who defined what Animaniacs was back in the 90s had no part to play in this reboot. While at the end of the day, that's just show business in Hollywood, some of the old staff did not like not being asked to join for the reboot. One such person that expressed their disappointment was the show's original creator, Tom Ruegger. Going as far back as 2017, Tom Ruegger has expressed believing in the fact that only the original team can make Animaniacs work in the modern era. He has stated, "I wouldn't want to make the show without the brilliant writers and artists that came up with it. I think the fans will love a reboot if it really captures the essence and fun and anarchy and zaniness of the original. I truly believe that can be achieved with getting the band back together, but I don't think you can just find someone off the street and say, make more Animaniacs and expect it to work out. I would love to make new Animaniacs, but it would have to be under conditions that are guaranteed not to fail." While the drive to make more Animaniacs is still there, the execs over at Warner Bros. Did not want to bring him back for the reboot regardless. Since then, him and his son Nate Ruegger, who actually voiced Skippy from the original series, criticized the reboot for not being up to their standard. And while it does suck to essentially have your baby being raised by someone else, at the end of the day, that's show business for you. On to the next controversy, and honestly, I don't know how anyone did not catch this or even knew this was a legit thing. In the 6th episode of the reboot, during the Pinky and the Brain segment, the mice are just doing their average thing and just trying to take over the world like mice do. However, someone, whether it was Pinky, the Brain, or even the writers of the show, kinda made a very brutal mistake. When Brain is having his little commercial, a phone number flashes on the screen for the viewers to call for planet domination. However, this phone number, it's not fake, it is completely real, and it's for a sex hotline. Okay, I'm kind of just breaking the script over here and just ranting about how did no one catch this? It's like, how do you put a real life phone number for a sex hotline in a cartoon meant for children and expect children to not call it? And when they do call it, it's for a sex hotline. How does this even happen? Like, how do you even mess up this bad that you put something like this in a cartoon? I don't know. I really do not know. Well, because this is exactly as bad as you might think, the episode was removed immediately, and they re-released the episode with no phone number included with the segment. Again, I'd like to ask, how does someone even screw up this bad with something as simple as a phone number? Honestly, I don't think anything can top that controversy, but somehow the show managed to get itself involved with a few more hot topics of discussion. The next controversy can actually be found in the very first episode. When the Warners are having their little catch-up song scene, for a brief moment you can see 2 movie posters being held up. The poster on the right shows a baby and says Johnny, the beginning. While this isn't a source of controversy, this is actually a reference to that Johnny Johnny Yes Papa video that blew up for some unknown reason a couple years ago. Yeah, remember that video? But the poster on the left says Johnny, Telling Lies, starring Johnny Depp. This is where the actual controversy really takes center stage. For those of you unaware, around the time the show was in production, there was a huge domestic abuse scandal with Johnny Depp. For a couple years now, him and his ex-wife Amber Heard have made constant allegations against each other, and that was a hot topic amongst the Hollywood scene. Depp was constantly accused of being an abuser, and that led him to not only lose roles, but gain a negative reputation. However, he still had dedicated fans believing that he was telling the truth about being innocent with the whole abuse scandal. Going back to the poster, the Depp supporters believed that the Telling Lies portion of the title was in reference to Johnny Depp lying about being innocent. And you could probably guess where this is going. This led to several petitions asking supporters to boycott the Animaniacs and Warner Brothers for falsely accusing Johnny Depp. To add more salt in the wound, Depp also lost his role as Grindelwald in the Fantastic Beasts series because of the allegations, a series made by Warner Brothers, who also made the Animaniacs. Oof. The last controversy we'll be talking about in this video is probably the most petty one, honestly. So, all of you 90s Animaniacs fans, you remember Hello Nurse, right? Yeah, remember her? Hello Nurse? This character? Well, apparently the showrunners for the reboot don't remember who she is. Hello Nurse was pretty much the textbook definition of a background character in the original Animaniacs. She rarely got any screen time, and when she did, she was essentially being chased around by the Warners like 90% of the time. However, people seem to like her. For two obvious reasons. While being loved for very specific reasons by the fans, she however was cut from the reboot. She appeared in no episodes and only got a quick name drop by Scratch and Sniff.
I should have joined Doctors Without Borders with Hello Nurse.
Fans, however, got very, very upset about the exclusion of Hello Nurse and of course, wrote some very angry comments on Twitter. There can be a whole discussion as to why Hello Nurse would get cut from the reboot, but here at Animanifacts, we actually have a future video discussing Hello Nurse and other female characters of the series in the works right now. And there you have it. These were all the controversy the show has gotten itself into over the last couple months since it dropped back in November. While some controversies are pretty petty, others definitely held a lot of weight behind it and some bad ramifications came of it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and stay tuned for some more Animaniacs content coming in the future here at Animanifacts.